Well, I thought I was going to be sending this via email to my list, but decided after I got it all written that I wanted to share it via video instead. So I'm not memorizing it. I'm just going to take the email I was going to write to my list. I'm going to share it here with you on video. And I think you're going to see why when I'm done. So if you're a woman over the age of 40, you've probably been in some pretty major life transition, some kind of transition. I'm talking about the kind of transition that sets you back. And it can even be a transition that causes you to question your own existence, your reason for living. Yeah, that really hardcore set you back transition. I always get a lot of laughs and chuckles when I'm out speaking to groups of women and I say something like, raise your hand if you've ever been in some kind of transition. People laugh, they always laugh, and some of them are like, yeah, like right now, this very moment. If you know my story, you know that I went through a lot of transition. I went through an icky divorce after 16 years of marriage. I lost a 7-year good paying business contract that I actually enjoyed, but at the recession, it was just no longer available. I ended up putting a ton of money, blood, sweat, and tears into a property that I bought at the height of the real estate boom and bust. Yeah, just leave it there. And I bought that during the divorce, which made it even worse. And later I ended up short selling it, and I never ever thought that would happen. And then I fell into a deep depression from running an animal rescue organization that I never thought I wanted to run. It just kind of happened that I ended up rescuing animals. And I saw things on a daily basis running this rescue that broke my heart. And when you go through that time and time and time again, it wears on you. And I started getting really depressed. I started thinking, life was terrible, things were terrible, everything was bad. I was heartbroken all the time. And I fell, like I said, into a deep depression. And to make matters worse, I felt like I was way off track from what I should have been doing. I grew up as an entertainer. I was a singer. I was with a band. Had this entertainment contract that I ended up losing. And all of that was kind of no longer happening. And I was doing the animal rescue and I felt, wow, I am really, really off track from what I thought I was supposed to be doing, what I thought life would be. And I was in my 40s. So you can imagine, if you've been there, you know how I felt. And I started feeling like my best days were behind me. I lost hope of ever being really happy again. And I was a happy kid. I was a happy, happy person. And at this point in my life, I wasn't happy anymore. I just wasn't very happy. And I was trying to figure it all out. And it took 3.5 years, or 3 years, 3 years of just stumbling around trying to figure out now what. So thankfully, if you know the rest of my story, or maybe you don't, you'll want to know that I remarried an amazing man. I've been happily married for years now. I've been running my current business, very satisfying business, for 3.5 years. I finally turned the animal rescue organization over to another group who wanted to take it over, and they were excited to do the work. And I can say that I'm truly happy again. And I tell you all this because as I look back at all that I went through, I believe that every circumstance, even though so many of them are really, really hard, they were necessary for me to get to where I am today. And I'm telling you this because I believe that it's true with you too. Whatever transitions you've been in, if they've been really hard, really difficult ones, or perhaps you're going through something right this minute, the truth is it's necessary for you to get to where you need to be. Right? So bear with me or hang on as we continue this. So if you are in transition, if you're going through tough times, if you still aren't where you want to be, you're losing hope, you're unclear, things are kind of foggy, like where am I going? You might even feel like you're just stumbling around in the dark. I want to encourage you to keep on keeping on. Don't give up. Don't give up. And I'm speaking from someone who, like I said, has been there. I've been in the trenches of transition and I get it. I'm going to encourage you to support or to surround yourself with people who can encourage you, support you, and point out your awesomeness. This is very important. Some people that will make sure they tell you all the time how amazing you are, because you're amazing, because everybody's unique and everybody has something amazing about them, and you are no different. You too have something amazing, and you just haven't had the chance to bring out that thing that you're waiting on. So I say stay with it, keep on keeping on, because you will get to the other side. Now, before I started this business and when I was going through transition, I don't know if I believed that. I felt, like I said, like my best days were behind me and there was nothing else, and I was kind of getting too old to try something new, and that's just how I felt. So I can tell you, keep on keeping on. Things will get better. You will get to the other side. So I recently posted a Facebook Live challenge within my own community, and one of the questions I asked was, what life experiences, struggles, and setbacks have you overcome that can help you help your ideal clients? So if you're a solopreneur, an entrepreneur, you're following your dreams and passions or wanting to do something amazing, the question is, what setbacks or struggles or experiences in life can help you help them? And it's that question that actually prompted me to write the email, which actually has become a video. So the truth is, the very things you've gone through or are going through right now are things that'll make you even better in your business. If you're, like I said, an entrepreneur or solopreneur wanting to help others, you'll be able to relate to your ideal clients and help them where they need the most help them get through. It's no surprise to me that most of the women that come to my community, that come for my help, are in some kind of career transition. They've been doing work that they were really good at, and for whatever reason, it's not satisfying anymore, or it's just not available anymore, and they're ready to take on their own thing, and they're in that transition. Most of them are like in that transition, like starting something new, or they've been doing something for a long time and they want to do it differently. They want to do it better. They want to take it to another level, but it's some kind of transition, some kind of change that they feel needs to be made, and that's who ends up coming to see me, which again is no surprise because I can relate to these women. So my question for you is, what life experience, struggles, and setbacks have you overcome that can help you help your clients? If you're still in that transition, be encouraged to know that it's most likely that you're going through this because when you get to the other side, you're going to be able to reach back and pull other people through and help them through as well. So that is the good news and a good reason to keep on keeping on. I keep saying that because it's just one of those phrases that makes so much sense to me, especially now that I've been through it. So I can reach back and say, if you're going through it, you can do this too. So finally, if you're through your transition and you're ready to help more people, here's a very important thing. Are you sharing your story? Are you sharing your story? Do others know that you've been there and that you can help them, that you know what they're going through? The reason I ask you that is because I often forget to share my struggle, the one that I got through. I forget to share that I've been in transition. I forget to share in my marketing, in my message, that the women I help are the ones who are going through that transition. And I believe that the more I share that, the more women I'm going to be able to help, because all of a sudden they're going to be able to say, oh my gosh, I think she gets me. I think she can help me. And it'll open the door for them to step through. So for you, I'm saying, if you've been through a transition, you've been through something, you've made it through the other side, are you sharing that story? Are you letting other people know? Are you telling them about it? And if not, I encourage you to start doing that, because it's so, so important for us in our life work to share what we've been through so that others can relate, so that we can make a bigger difference. And if you're someone wanting to make a bigger difference, this is very, very important. You'll be pleasantly surprised and pleased to see how many people reach back out and say, thank you for sharing your story. Thank you for letting me know what you've been through and that I can make it to the other side. I'm going to leave you with a short story that kind of brings the whole struggle thing together. Why we go through struggle, what's it all for, okay? And this, if you've not heard this before, you're going to love it. If you have heard it before, you'll probably still love it, because I love hearing it. I love sharing it. It's a great reminder. It says, once a little boy was playing outdoors and found a fascinating caterpillar. He carefully picked it up and took it home and showed his mother. He asked his mother if he could keep it, and she said he could if he would take good care of it. The little boy got a large jar from his mother and put plants to eat and stick to climb on in the jar. Every day he watched the caterpillar and brought it new plants to eat. One day the caterpillar climbed up the stick and started acting strangely. The boy worriedly called his mother, who came and understood that the caterpillar was creating a cocoon. The mother explained to the boy how the caterpillar was going to go through a metamorphosis and become a butterfly. The little boy was thrilled to hear about the changes his caterpillar would go through. He watched every day, waiting for the caterpillar to emerge. One day it happened. A small hole appeared in the cocoon, and the butterfly started to struggle to come out. At first, the boy was excited, but soon he became concerned. The butterfly was struggling so hard to get out, it looked like it couldn't break free. It looked desperate. It looked like it was making no progress. The boy was so concerned he decided to help. He snipped the cocoon to make the hole bigger, and the butterfly quickly emerged. As the butterfly came out, the boy was surprised. It had a swollen body and small shriveled wings. He continued to watch the butterfly, expecting that at any moment the wings would dry out, enlarge, and expand to support the swollen body. He knew that in time the body would shrink and the butterfly's wings would expand. But neither happened. The butterfly spent the rest of its life crawling around with a swollen body and shriveled wings. It never was able to fly. As the boy tried to figure out what had gone wrong, his mother took him to talk to a scientist from a local college. He learned that the butterfly was supposed to struggle. In fact, the butterfly struggle to push its way through the tiny opening of the cocoon pushes the fluid out of its body and into its wings. Without the struggle, the butterfly would never ever fly. The boy's good intentions actually hurt the butterfly. As you go through school and life, keep in mind that struggling is an important part of any growth experience. In fact, it is the struggle that causes you to develop the ability to fly. Isn't that such a fantastic visual of what our struggle is all about? If a caterpillar has to go into a cocoon and then struggle its way out of that cocoon to push the blood to its wings so it can fly, and it's a butterfly, you can see why what we're doing and what we've been through is so important. That those things that we've been through are helping us grow stronger so that we can fly. Thank you for taking the time to watch this video. Again, if you are in transition, have hope. You will get to the other side.